Here is rational exponents. Go ahead and pause and read. Okay, so rational represents fractions. So think about fractional exponents. And what do they represent? You can convert from a fractional exponent, rational exponent, to a radical and vice versa. So that's what this is kind of going through is if here is 7 to the 1/2 power, it can be rewritten as the square root of 7. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some examples here. Oh, we have this other definition to do. Fractional exponent. Here is fractional exponent a raised to the 1 over n, so that's a fraction power, fractional exponent. Can be rewritten as a raised to the 1n. Your denominator becomes your index, and then your a comes underneath as your radical. Be careful when you have negative fractional exponents. Think about x raised to the -3. You have to flip it, 1 over x cubed. Same thing happens here. You have to flip it. All right, so here's some examples using the definition of this fractional exponent. So 64 raised to the 1/2 power can be rewritten as a radical. 64 is going to be your base. Go ahead and create your radical. Your index is going to be that denominator, square root. All right, so now what is the square root of 64? Square root of 64 is a perfect, so square root of 64 is 8. All right, example B, 125 raised to the 1/3 power, so fractional exponent. So 125 will be your base of your radicand. The denominator is 3, so that's going to be a cube root. So the cube root of 125, you can break down 125 as 5 times 25. Now we think about 25 can be broken down as 5 times 5. So is this a perfect cube root? Yes, it is. So we have 3 5s with an index of 3, so we have final answer is 5. All right, -16 raised to the 1/4 power. So -16 is going underneath, radical. The denominator is 4, so it's going to be a 4th root. Now we're looking for -16 can be written as -2 times -2 times -2 times -2, or -2 to the 4th. All right, 4th root. Now if you remember from a while back, when we have a higher order polynomial and it's an even number root, this is an even number, we have to take the absolute value of this. So the absolute value of -2 is 2. All right, a few more. -27 raised to the 1/3 power. So -27 goes underneath. Index is a 3 because it's a cube root. So now we look about how can you reduce -27. -27 can be written as -3 times -3 times -3, or -3 all cubed. All right. Now, this is an odd number. Odd number, so we do not have to worry about taking the absolute value of this one to simplify it. So our final answer then is just going to be -3. All right, 64 raised to the -1/3 power. Uh-oh, it has a negative power, so we have to flip it. It's going to be 1 over 64 raised to the +1/3 power. Now we have a positive fractional exponent. So we leave that 1 alone. We're going to go ahead and simplify this. 64 cube root. Now we think about how can we simplify 64. 64 can be written as 4 times 4 times 4, or 4 cubed. Index is 3. All right. Cube root of 4 cubed. My index and power match up. It's an odd, so I'm going to have to take the absolute value of it. So that reduces down to a 4. So we have an answer of 1/4 power. I'll go ahead and stop there.